Welcome to Chills and Thrills Diaries. There are numerous unsolved mysteries that have captured the attention of people around the world. What do you think about these mysteries? Let us know in the comments. Mystery 1. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. The vertices of the triangle are generally considered to be Miami, Florida, USA, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. This area has gained notoriety due to a number of aircraft and ships purportedly disappearing under mysterious circumstances while traversing it. However, it's important to note that the Bermuda Triangle is not officially recognized as a danger zone by the U.S. government or any international maritime organization. Some of the incidents associated with the Bermuda Triangle include the disappearance of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers, in 1945, and the vanishing of the SSL Faro cargo ship in 2015. However, it's crucial to understand that many of the disappearances in this region can often be attributed to natural factors such as severe weather, human error, and mechanical failures, no more so than in any other heavily traveled part of the ocean. Scientists and skeptics argue that the Bermuda Triangle phenomenon is largely a result of sensationalism and the selection of specific incidents while ignoring the vast majority of uneventful journeys through the area. They emphasize that statistically, the rate of incidents in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher than in other heavily traveled oceanic regions. Various theories have been proposed to explain the purported mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, ranging from magnetic anomalies and methane hydrate eruptions to extraterrestrial involvement and underwater city ruins. However, many of these theories lack scientific support, and the consensus within the scientific community is that there is no extraordinary mystery associated with the Bermuda Triangle. In summary, while the Bermuda Triangle has been the subject of much speculation and myth, the scientific community largely views it as a result of coincidences, misunderstandings, and the natural risks of maritime and aviation activities in that part of the Atlantic Ocean. Mystery 2. The WOW signal is one of the most famous and enigmatic events in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. It refers to a strong, narrowband radio signal detected by the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University on August 15, 1977. Jerry R. Emmon, a volunteer for the SETI project, discovered the signal while reviewing data from the telescope's printouts. When he saw the signal, he circled it on the printout and wrote, "WOW," next to it, giving rise to the name, WOW signal. The signal lasted for 72 seconds and exhibited characteristics that were consistent with expectations for an artificial source. Key features of the WOW signal include: the frequency. The signal was received at a frequency of 1420 MHz, which is within the radio frequency range naturally emitted by hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. This frequency is often considered significant in SETI because it is thought that extraterrestrial civilizations might use this frequency to communicate. The intensity. The signal was exceptionally strong, much higher than the typical background noise. It was about 30 times louder than the usual signals received from space. Despite the excitement generated by the WOW signal, it has never been detected again. Numerous attempts to find a repeat of the signal using radio telescopes and dedicated searches in the direction of its origin have been unsuccessful. The mysteries surrounding the WOW signal has led to various speculations about its origin. Some scientists suggest that it could have been caused by a natural and transient radio frequency phenomenon, such as a passing comet. Others consider the possibility that it was an extraterrestrial signal, but the lack of repetition makes it challenging to draw any definitive conclusions. The WOW signal remains an unsolved mystery, and its origin continues to be a subject of debate and interest in the scientific community. Efforts to search for similar signals and understand the nature of this one are ongoing in the field of SETI. Mystery 3. The Dyatlov Pass incident is a mysterious and tragic event that occurred in the northern Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, now Russia, in 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a trek to reach the summit of Otorten, a mountain in the northern Urals. The hikers were all students or graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute, and they were known for their expertise in cold-weather hiking and mountaineering. Here is a timeline of the Dyatlov Pass incident. Late January 1959, the group sets out on their trek into the Ural Mountains. Late January/early February 1959, the hikers lose their way in conditions of severe weather, including heavy snowfall and low visibility. They deviate from their intended route and set up camp on the eastern slope of Kholat Syakhl, a mountain in the area. Early February 1959, something goes horribly wrong at the campsite. The hikers cut their way out of their tents from the inside and flee into the night, inadequately dressed for the harsh winter conditions. A few days later, search parties are sent out to find the missing hikers. The first 5 bodies are discovered about a mile from the abandoned campsite, near a cedar tree. They are not dressed properly, some are barefoot, and show signs of physical trauma. Late February/early March 1959, the remaining 4 bodies are found further into the woods, buried under several feet of snow. Autopsies revealed that these hikers died of hypothermia, but some also had severe injuries, including a fractured skull and chest injuries. One of the hikers was missing her tongue. The circumstances surrounding the Dyatlov Pass incident have led to numerous theories and speculations, including 1. Avalanche. Some believe that an avalanche could have caused the hikers to flee their tents. However, there was no evidence of an avalanche at the campsite. 2. Military involvement. Due to the secrecy of the Soviet military in the area at the time, some theories suggest that the hikers might have accidentally encountered military testing, leading to their deaths. 3. Yeti or aliens. More speculative theories propose the involvement of supernatural or extraterrestrial forces. 4. Infrasound. Some researchers have suggested that infrasound, low-frequency sound waves that are not audible to humans, could have caused panic and disorientation among the hikers. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved, and the true cause of the hikers' deaths is still a subject of speculation and mystery. The case continues to captivate the imagination of researchers, conspiracy theorists, and the public alike. Mystery 4. The Voynich manuscript is a mysterious medieval document that has baffled scholars, cryptographers, and linguists for centuries. Here are some key aspects of the manuscript and the mystery surrounding it. The origin and appearance. The Voynich manuscript is named after Wilfrid Voynich, a rare book dealer who purchased it in 1912. Its origin and authorship are unknown, and it is named after its discoverer rather than any historical association. The manuscript consists of 240 vellum, animal skin, pages, filled with handwritten text and elaborate illustrations. The writing appears to be in an unknown script, and the drawings depict unidentified plants, celestial bodies, human figures, and intricate diagrams. The unknown script and language. The text in the manuscript is written in an alphabet or script that has not been identified. Linguists and codebreakers have been unable to decipher the writing, and it remains one of the most famous undeciphered codes in history. The lack of recognizable linguistic patterns or known words has made it challenging to determine the language or languages used in the manuscript. The unusual content. The illustrations in the Voynich manuscript are equally mysterious. The plants depicted do not correspond to any known species, and the astronomical diagrams do not align with contemporary astronomical knowledge. Some illustrations appear to depict nude women bathing in interconnected pools, adding another layer of intrigue to the manuscript's content. The carbon dating and historical context. Radiocarbon dating has placed the manuscript's creation between the late 15th and early 17th centuries, making it a product of the Renaissance. Despite being a relatively recent creation in historical terms, the manuscript does not fit neatly into any known cultural or intellectual context of the time. The theories and speculations. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the origin and purpose of the Voynich manuscript. Some suggest that it could be a hoax or an elaborate cipher designed to conceal information. Others speculate that it might be a forgotten or lost language, an alchemical work, or a product of a unique and isolated intellectual tradition. Despite extensive efforts by researchers and cryptographers over the years, the Voynich manuscript's contents remain a mystery. The lack of contextual clues, the unique script, and the absence of a known language have made it one of the most enduring enigmas in the study of historical manuscripts and codes. The manuscript is currently housed in the Beinecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library at Yale University.
Mystery 5. The Mary Celeste is one of the most famous maritime mysteries in history. The story revolves around the discovery of the Mary Celeste, a ship found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872 with its crew mysteriously missing. Here are the key details of the Mary Celeste incident. 1. The discovery. On December 5, 1872, the Mary Celeste was spotted by the British ship Dei Grazia off the Azores Islands. The ship was in a seaworthy condition, but its crew was nowhere to be found. 2. The seaworthy condition. The Mary Celeste was a brigantine, a two-masted sailing vessel, and was found with full sails set and in good condition. The ship's cargo, which included alcohol, was largely intact, and there was no sign of struggle or distress. 3. The missing crew. Despite the ship being in good order, the entire crew, including Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, and their young daughter, were missing. The lifeboat was also gone, although the ship's main provisions and personal belongings were still on board. 4. The investigation. The crew of the Dei Grazia boarded the Mary Celeste to investigate the mystery. They found no signs of violence or foul play, and everything seemed to be in order, except for the absence of the crew. 5. The speculations and theories. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the disappearance of the crew, ranging from piracy and mutiny to natural disasters. However, no definitive evidence has been found to support any particular theory. Some theories suggest that the crew may have abandoned the ship due to fears of an explosion caused by the alcohol cargo, although the ship was not in immediate danger. 6. The unresolved mystery. The Mary Celeste case remains unsolved, and it has captured the imagination of historians, maritime enthusiasts, and mystery enthusiasts for over a century. Theories and speculations continue to be debated, but the lack of concrete evidence has made it challenging to determine what exactly happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste. The mystery of the Mary Celeste has inspired various books, documentaries, and fictionalized accounts over the years. Despite extensive investigations and research, the true reason behind the crew's disappearance remains one of the enduring enigmas of maritime history. Mystery 6. Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 was a scheduled passenger flight from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to Beijing, China, that disappeared on March 8, 2014, and remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. Here are key details about the disappearance of MH370. 1. The disappearance. MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 12:41 a.m. local time. About 40 minutes into the flight, while flying over the South China Sea, the aircraft lost contact with air traffic control. 2. The last contact. The last voice communication from the cockpit occurred around 1:19 a.m. The aircraft's transponder signal, which provides information about the plane's location, altitude, and speed, ceased transmitting at 1:21 a.m. 3. The unusual course. After losing contact with air traffic control, radar data revealed that the aircraft made a series of inexplicable turns and deviations from its planned route. It crossed the Malay Peninsula, turned south over the southern Indian Ocean, and eventually vanished from radar screens. 4. The search and rescue. The disappearance triggered one of the largest search and rescue operations in aviation history. Multiple countries and organizations collaborated in the effort, focusing on a vast area of the southern Indian Ocean. 5. The debris discovery. In July 2015, more than a year after the disappearance, a piece of wing from MH370, known as a flaperon, washed ashore on Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean. Subsequent debris, including parts of the plane's interior, confirmed that the aircraft had indeed crashed into the ocean. 6. The search suspension. In January 2017, after an extensive search of the designated area failed to locate the main wreckage or the majority of the debris, the governments of Australia, Malaysia, and China jointly decided to suspend the search. The decision was met with criticism and disappointment from the families of the passengers and the aviation community. 7. The possible scenarios. The reasons for MH370's deviation from its flight path and subsequent disappearance remain unknown. Various theories have been proposed, including intentional actions by someone on board, mechanical failure, and issues related to crew health or psychology. However, without the recovery of the aircraft's black boxes, flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, it has been challenging to determine the exact sequence of events. 8. The ongoing investigations. Despite the suspension of the official search, private companies and individuals have continued to search for MH370. The mystery has spurred discussions about the need for improvements in aircraft tracking and communication systems to prevent similar incidents in the future. The disappearance of MH370 remains one of the most perplexing and tragic events in aviation history, and it has raised important questions about aviation safety, communication systems, and the need for improvements in tracking technology. Mystery 7. The Isdal woman is the nickname given to an unidentified woman whose body was found in the Isdalen Valley near Bergen, Norway, in November 1970. The circumstances surrounding her death and the mystery of her identity have puzzled investigators for decades. Here are the key details of the Isdal woman case. 1. The discovery of the body. On November 29, 1970, the partially burned body of an unidentified woman was discovered in the Isdalen Valley, a remote area near Bergen. The discovery was made by a family of hikers. The woman was found surrounded by burned objects, including bottles that contain traces of gasoline. 2. The unusual circumstances. The circumstances of the case were highly unusual. The woman's fingerprints had been removed, labels had been cut from her clothing, and the tags had been removed from most of her belongings. Even the serial numbers on the woman's dental work had been filed away, making it difficult to identify her. 3. The false identities. The woman had been using false identities during her time in Norway. She had checked into hotels using various names and occupations, and she had paid for her accommodations in cash. Witnesses reported that she spoke several languages fluently and appeared to be well educated. 4. The travel patterns. Investigators traced the woman's movements before her death. She had traveled to Norway from various locations in Europe, and her itinerary included visits to several cities. She often changed hotels, used different names, and seemed to take measures to avoid detection. 5. The cause of death. The exact cause of the Isdal woman's death was determined to be poisoning by ingestion of phenobarbital and sleeping pills. It is unclear whether her death was a result of suicide or homicide. 6. The investigation and theories. Norwegian authorities conducted an extensive investigation, but the woman's identity and the circumstances leading to her death remain unresolved. The case has led to numerous theories, including espionage, involvement in criminal activities, or personal reasons for disappearing. 7. The reopening of the case. In recent years, there have been efforts to reopen the Isdal woman case, using modern forensic techniques. In 2017, Norwegian authorities released facial reconstructions and sketches of the woman in the hope of generating new leads and information. Despite these efforts, the true identity and the reasons behind the Isdal woman's mysterious death continue to be a subject of speculation and intrigue, and the case remains one of Norway's most enduring unsolved mysteries.